Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Jittery Reacts. Up next we have James Acaster and a Whimsical RollAcaster. It's a compilation on Would I Lie to You, and this is requested by AMLA 173. So yeah. Ouch. I like the Kevin Bridges one on Would I Lie to You, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this as well. I needed a break. I've been going at it since I posted the ones earlier. But yeah, anyway, let's get this going.
You were aware of deer, though, weren't you?
Yes, actually I was.
So you'd
because
seen
of Bambi.
deer?
Hang on, because of a fiction... This doesn't make sense. You've seen a fictional reindeer.
Well, if
Flying in the sky.
If Bambi flew, then I probably wouldn't have believed in deer.
Did you stop believing in carpets when you saw Aladdin?
He's got a point. Oh, man. Who is James Acaster? Which one? I'll figure it out. That's what I like about not knowing these things.
I don't understand how you can go through life without seeing a real reindeer.
Sorry, are we talking about reindeer? Not.
Hello, David.
No, but.
Not him.
It was a Bob Streisand song. It's from Yentl. It didn't do very well.
Right.
What was the song?
Papa, can you hear me?
Oh, a lovely
yeah,
tune,
you
that
love
one.
it.
That's
I don't know.
lovely.
But
Not on Yentl.
It so
It
is.
certainly is.
That was a test.
There's a walnut in your parents' house.
There
you,
is.
for whatever reason, maybe hunger, want to open it.
Yeah.
There's a sledgehammer.
Who was witnessing this?
There were my parents were there, my brother, his wife, my wife.
Peter Gabriel.
David's not going to get that
Sledgehammer. Oh, sledgehammer. Oh, yeah.
joke. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. Rob and David aren't going to get this joke. What happened? Was it...
You'll find there's absolutely no visible scar.
I believed everything until we looked at his funds.
There's nothing
And then I was like, that man not only has not hit himself in the thumb with a sledgehammer, but I don't think he's picked up anything in weeks.
Oh, come on.
I once spent the night in a bush in Basingstoke.
David's team.
Right.
That's a true.
Why were you spending the night in a bush in Basingstoke?
I missed my train.
Where do you live?
Well, at the time, I lived in Kettering in Northamptonshire,
Right.
Rose of the Shires.
Why didn't you go to a luxury hotel?
Well, David, at the time I had no money in my wallet at all, and my phone was dead. I had no way of contacting anyone.
That certainly adds up.
Why a bush? Why not a bench or, like, somewhere warmer than a bush?
Well,
Is a bench warmer than a bush?
I would say a bush is warmer than a
A
bench.
bench is definitely colder than a bush. It's more exposed.
there's an old saying, you're warmer in a bush than on a bench.
So where was the bush? Paint the picture of the local
It was right in
area.
front of the train station. And there was like a little, like, pick-up point for taxis and stuff. And then it went down a little bit to the road. And then right in front of the road, just a load of
So
bushes.
you didn't look for a long time for a particularly comfy spot?
I'll level with you, David. The amount of time it took me to decide to sleep in the bush was embarrassingly short.
Was it? Now that does surprise me. It was a quick decision. You missed your train and you go, right, that's it. And you immediately, like 14 seconds later, you're snoring.
Well, I actually didn't get to sleep. It was scary. I was freezing, actually. Even though the bush... It was a nice, roomy bush.
Can you remember the shape of the leaves?
It was like small little Basingstoke leaves.
Individual leaves.
Yeah.
Variegated.
Okay. Yeah, you had to.
Hang on. Oh man, yeah, just to do that. This is hilarious.
Explain what that word means.
It means the sort of
I'm sorry,
Explain
I
what that
didn't
word means.
catch what he said.
variegated.
Okay. Yeah, you had.
Damn it.
Individual leaves.
Yeah.
Variegated.
That's what I was trying to catch.
Okay. Yeah, you had to explain what that word means.
It means the sort of there's a sort of white bit on the outside, I think.
I wasn't paying attention to the leaves. I had bigger problems at the time. I wasn't sitting in the bush going, one day I may have to justify this entire experience on what I liked. I better memorise the leaves and whether they're gentrified or whatever you said.
He's got a point. Oh. It was the gentrified part that got me.
So, James, you've settled down in the bush
Yes.
and you're lying there, but it's cold.
Oh, I'm sitting there.
Sitting
one I
in the bush.
figured.
Sitting there, cross-legged and cold. I had a
That's him.
T-shirt on.
How are you going to go to sleep sitting?
I was scared. So I hadn't really. It was Friday night in Basingstoke. There were hoodlums around.
And all you had on was a T-shirt.
And jeans.
And jeans, of course.
Yes.
I still feel like the bench is warmer.
So, did anybody hear you in the bush and come and
At
investigate?
one point they did. At one point some hoodlums stopped outside the bush. They said, "You know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't beaten someone up in a while." That's how they speak, David. Bullies speak like that to each other. And I was in the bush, and at the time I was wearing a red dress.
What did you say? What?
I was wearing a dress by now.
Why? You said you're in a T-shirt.
Originally I was in a T-shirt, and then I had to put a dress on.
Why did you put a dress on?
It was cold.
Where did you get a dress?
I had it in a bag.
Why?
I was making a short film, and I had to buy the wardrobe for the cast.
You're in the bush. The hoodlums had moved on. They didn't beat you up.
I tricked them. I put the bag over my head.
You seriously put the bag over your head?
Yeah, put yourself in my shoes. They're saying they want to beat someone up. If they look down and see me wearing a dress, it'll be like Christmas. So I put the bag over my head, and now.
He's ate up. Oh man, I thought the Kevin Bridges one was good. This one, oh my god. Oh man, my face is starting to hurt. Let me rewind that just a bit.
Dress, it'll be like Christmas. So I put the bag over my head, and now if they look down, they'll think someone's left a bag and a dismembered body.
People at home, don't put bags on your heads.
Let's go back to the temperature of this bush now. You said you went into the dress for warmth, but surely the jeans and the T-shirt were warmer than a dress. There's a lot
I
of
don't
ventilation.
think. I think
he
to
said
be
he put the
fair,
dress
I
on
don't think
over.
he took the jeans.
Yeah.
Oh, it was double.
Yeah, no, but he didn't slip out of the jeans and the T-shirt, fold them up nicely at the side, and then get the dress and put it on and go, oh, I look wonderful. He wasn't doing that.
Oh, right.
By the end of the night, he's wearing the jeans, the T-shirt, the dress, and the bag.
I'll just say, it's lucky this didn't happen to Melvin, because if so, he'd have been on a bench wearing a dress and nothing else.
Let's go for a guess. Is he telling the truth? Melvin, what do you think?
I think, looking at James, I can believe that he could put on a dress with a bag over his jeans and T-shirt, but a man that picks a bush over a bench, I can't trust. So on that basis, it's a lie.
Faye.
I've got to absolutely say it's true. I'm
True?
believing every element, really.
I'm going to go true.
True.
Yeah.
Saying true. Right. James, was it true or was it a lie?
It's True.
James, how do you know Jerry?
This is Jerry. He's the fireman who every Boxing Day soaks me with water.
What?
During a festive game of squirt.
OK.
20 years of heartbreaks and heartaches, sleepless nights, and the greatest victories.
What's going on?
Squirt is a game.
Is it?
Yeah. 2 teams of firemen.
OK, so that's for a game of squirt. The first thing you need is 2 teams of fire.
And they go either side of a river.
Yeah.
And you get a rope and you tie it up in a tree at one side of the river. And then you run it along and you tie it to a tree at the other side of the river.
Yeah.
But before you've tied it to the other side, you thread a barrel across it.
Of course you do.
Just thread a barrel.
Yeah. What if there's a fire in the local area during the lengthy setup for a game of squirt?
Well, he's not... They can't put out fires anyway. He's only volunteer.
Sorry?
They're just a volunteer fire brigade. They're not allowed to put out fires.
What are they allowed to do? Just look at them?
They are permitted to pick up litter.
Where do they get the fire engines and everything from then?
Their fire engine's an old one. It's more like a ice cream van that's painted red.
The volunteers, do they have the uniforms?
No. The Kettering Volunteer Fire Brigade have a T-shirt and it has an emblem on it of a fire being put out by a beer.
Talk us through the rules of squirt.
OK. You get the barrel to the middle of the rope, right in the middle of the rope, and then both teams aim their hoses at it.
Are the volunteer firemen allowed real water, or do they just mime it?
No, they're allowed water, they just can't aim it at a fire.
OK.
If there was a fire, they would have to turn the hose off.
So what happens next?
He's 8-0.
Someone's like,
Oh,
go! And then they both turn their hoses on and they aim it at the barrel. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the barrel, trying to squirt it along the rope so it gets to the opposition side of the bank. And all the water is hitting this barrel, and we're standing on the bridge.
Hold on. Oh my God. He is hilarious. How have I not heard of him?
Bridge.
Does he do any stand-up or anything like that? Let me know.
Yeah.
And then you walk home going, good squirt this year.
Right, now then, is Jerry Sean's concerned copper, James's fireman friend, or Lee's peeved paramedic?
Oh, I don't. I mean...
I think it's James's.
You think it's James's?
I think it's Sean.
I mean, I think we're agreed Lee is lying.
Yeah.
The question is it James or Sean?
I think it's a mate of James's from the pub who was a volunteer fireman.
I'm not happy about this. Because my instinct is that James is telling the truth.
Right.
But I know what that's saying publicly. I know what I am then believing. I'm believing a game that is played across a river between volunteer firemen with a souped-up ice cream van squirting a barrel in which the locals come and stand and watch in just the place where they get splattered with water.
What's it going to be?
I think it's James.
You're going to go with James?
Yeah. Go on, I'm saying it's James.
Would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Jerry, and I'm a volunteer fireman who soaks drains.
Oh, Jerry?
Yes, Jerry is James's fireman friend. Thank you very much, Joe.
One Christmas, on hearing I wasn't going to get the present I wanted, I tried to drown myself in protest.
Daisy,
Tell us the story.
Well, I wasn't going to get the present I wanted.
Which was? What did you want?
The Spice Girls debut album, Spice.
It's a lie. That's so weird, because I did get it, and I did try and drown myself.
No, don't applaud that. It's a great album.
How old were you then?
I was like 10 or 11.
Right.
so you wanted the album.
No, he
and
really,
then-
really wanted it.
Stop right now. So you wanted the album?
Yes, I really, really wanted it.
In case it don't use mine in the edit. I'll just say stop right now. I love that one if they use this.
Who's your friend? Big Ears?
So what happened, James?
I wanted the Spice Girls album, Spice. And so did my sister. We'd both been pestering our parents a lot for the album. My father decided he had to tell us before Christmas who was going to get the album or not, because he didn't want an upset on Christmas Day. And so he waited until we were in a safe space with the local swimming pool. We'd all gone for a family swim.
Yeah.
And
a lovely Christmassy thing to do. A lot of people do a lot of swimming in the run-up to Christmas.
Because it was in honour of the 7 swans of swimming.
Yeah.
We were swimming.
For those who don't know, that's from a Christmas song. Partridge in a Pear Tree, look it up. That's what makes it funny, but oh my goodness. I gotta take a second to breathe. This is hilarious.
We were swimming, and then my dad called a family meeting.
Shallow end?
Shallow end, yeah. Oh, you're not treading water during a family meeting. He said, right, it's a week until Christmas, and I'm just going to let you know that Ruth is getting the Spice Girls album. Exactly. Well, where were you then? At the time, I looked like I overreacted.
Well, take us through this reaction. Paint a picture of how a young James reacted.
It was like a storm came over me. I was very angry. And then I turned and I walked to the other end of the shallow end. I did a width.
Yeah.
I would have stormed away, but it's very hard. Wade through the water. You have to say every now and again, I'm really cross. Went to the other end, and I turned round so they could see my face. And I just sat down slowly. And I was under the water. I went, well, I was thinking this. I guess I'll either stay here until one of two things happens. Either I get the Spice Girls debut album Spice, or I'm gonna die.
Which happened?
Well, what happened was, I came back up again, and I saw that not only were they not, they were just carried on swimming. They got always under the water now, and my dad quickly went, problem solved, and they carried on swimming.
What are you thinking, Noddy?
I just don't think his dad would do that. I think he'd buy 2 albums.
Oh, I'm unaware that you knew my father, Noddy.
What do you think about the 2 albums buying issue?
Well, like, as a parent, I just would have thought that just quietly, like, going off to HMV to buy an album is easier than taking the whole family for a group swim.
So what's you going to say, David? What's it going to be?
I think it's false.
I'll say lie.
You think that you both think it's a lie? I'm going to say lie.
OK. James, were you telling us the truth, or was it a lie?
I was telling the truth.
Yeah, that's too much detail.
Yes, it's true. James did try to drown himself in protest over his Christmas presents.
This is Mick.
Higher taxes on low-income Ohioans. We can't afford taxing Tim Ryan.
Go away.
And for 6 months, he was my sworn enemy when a practical joke
Back
was
up.
Mick. And for 6 months, he was my sworn...
Anyway, that last one, it just seemed like something he would do after watching the first few. So, yeah, I had a feeling that was true as well. But, I missed what this kid's name was. Okay, let's start here.
Over his Christmas presents.
This is Mick, and for 6 months, he was my sworn enemy when a practical joke got out of hand.
So Mick became your sworn enemy because of a practical joke?
That got out of hand.
That got out of hand?
Yes.
So what was the practical joke or prank?
First of all, I'll say for the record, before we carry on, I hate this boy. Nothing but contempt for him, and I'm furious he's got on this show.
I think I feel I can only see him every second Friday.
So what was the practical joke, James?
He put cabbage leaves in my bed.
How did he get in your room?
I was staying at his house.
On a sleepover? How old are you?
Right?
A few years ago.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't have been born.
He was 9.
And you were, what, 31?
I was, what, 28? 29?
And how do you know him?
I know his dad. He's his son.
Oh my gosh, that's a redundant statement. That's messed up. When it was dad, he's a son. I should hope so.
And you were staying at their house?
Yes.
Why did he put cabbage leaves? Why is that a thing?
Well, it's not a thing until he started doing it.
Yeah.
There's something severely wrong with him. I don't know why he started.
But you say
calling this kind of
started doing it. Was
yeah.
It, what do you mean? This is a one occasion when you're
is
staying
it?
there. Well, I don't know.
This is the first of many, David.
So
I said got out of hand. I do not use those words lightly.
So you regularly stay at the house of...
Oh, no. Oh. This little man does not restrict these pranks to his own house. He has no respect for anyone's privacy and will cross any boundaries available to him. I hate him with all my heart.
Yeah. So he initially put cabbage leaves in the bed you were sleeping in when you were staying at his father's house. Right? And then subsequently...
Yes.
He has followed you and put cabbage leaves in other places you've been sleeping.
No.
OK? What then?
He sent me a cabbage in the post. He sent me half a cabbage, cling filmed, in a box. I was out when they delivered it. I had to go to the post office to pick it up. There was a note inside that said, "You got cabbaged again."
OK, so he's doing that. Did you, bearing in mind that this is a minor, did you at any...
It was a major as far as I'm
Did you at any point retaliate?
Yeah, but it took me 6 months.
What did you do?
After 6 months of this,
Well, but you say 6 months of this.
Yeah.
What is this? There's the initial Cabbage leaves in the bed at his house, and there's the posted half Cabbage.
Yeah.
Anything else?
His granddad cabbage me to my face.
What does that mean?
He gave me a present. It was all wrapped up nice. I thought it was a nice present. I unwrapped it. It was another half a cabbage wrapped in cling film. Members of the public started cabbaging me. I made the mistake of talking about it on the radio, and then everyone got the idea, and I couldn't turn up to a gig without there being a cabbage hidden somewhere in my dressing room.
Well, thank God you're playing safe and not saying it on telly, eh?
You got a point.
So, did you retaliate? Did you?
I absolutely did. I removed all of his belongings from his bedroom and replaced them with cabbages.
That's, I would say, a disproportionate response.
6 months of my life, David. 6 months of my life of not knowing where the next cabbage was coming from. It was horrible. I had to go big. I've been cabbaged so many times. Somebody started a Twitter account, was tweeting pictures of cabbages on me every day. They said stuff like "Oi, oi, Savoy." It was horrible.
And that was just the tip of the iceberg. Come on, give me some slack!
I would say that anyone who can enjoy that joke about a lettuce would have to be a sociopath.
All right. So, David's team, which way are you leaning?
I believe Gabby, but James is just weird, so I believe him even more.
Your paranoid view seems to be the whole country's in on it. Now everyone's sending you cabbages.
Every time people laugh at me, I suspect they're my enemy, which makes my job very difficult.
You think Gabby, you think Gabby, but James even more.
And David thinks it's me, so...
Oh, I don't know. James.
You're going for James. Mick, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Mick, and I am James's worst enemy.
Yes. Mick is James's feuding friend, and here's the proof that is what James did to Mick's bedroom. Thank you very much, Mick.
Yeah, that's going a little bit overboard. Definitely. Not sure what that is, but needs to go down. Yeah, that was hilarious. Oh my goodness. I needed that to get me fired up again. It's time to go pack some more. But anyway, let's see. Did I hit? Nope. There's a like on that one. This came from Wilty's site, channel. So if you would, shoot on over and hit Wilty note, want to like and subscribe. And if you enjoy watching this with me, hit me with like and subscribe as well, and tap that notification bell so you know when I drop my next video. And that's gonna just about do it for this one. It's definitely long enough. I will see you on the next one, I hope.